Hello and welcome to day 5 of Vlogmas with Cooped Up here. Did I miss day 4? Yes, I did. Because I was sick. That sickness that was on Sunday, it carried on into Monday. I'm still a little sick. My throat still hurts. But I took Sudafed, Allegra, Flonase, and Tylenol. And I'll take NyQuil tonight and we're going to be golden. We'll be fine. So, just fill my body up with medication to make me function. So, today we're going to film a quick video because it's 9 o'clock at night and I just got back from choir practice and I've been sipping on tea. So, we're going to see how long my voice holds out and get rolling. I mentioned, I'm sure you can see junk behind me, I was going to do a setup. And it didn't work. So we're doing this. You're set up against my bed. And that's great. And I don't have my watch on today, so I can see the camera. But we're doing no edits. We're gonna go boom boom. And we're gonna talk about the woolly waffle hat. So, this is the woolly waffle hat. As you can see, this is the waffle pattern up top. It was very fun to knit. It's a Stephen West pattern from his Woolly Waffle ebook. It had a lot of great patterns in it. I got it for the sweater because he said that he made it for a beginning sweater. So, probably might try to knit that because I do love a good texture. But my aunt is going to be going through chemo starting in next week. So, I wanted to make her a chemo hat. And I wanted a hat that could be thick enough to keep her warm, but also would be relatively simple and hopefully give her a lot of options. Nice thing about this hat, it's reversible. So you knit 9 inches of this waffle pattern, and then you start doing the decreases. And then you attach to the cast on and start knitting 9 inches of this. And it's great. It's super intuitive. And this waffle pattern, very easy to memorize, very easy to kind of sit down and knit a couple of rounds. It did feel slow going at first, but I think that was just because of the yarn I'm using. So what I've learned with chemo hats is that you can't use, or you shouldn't use, animal products, and I think they recommend you stay away from acrylics. Maybe acrylics are okay, I don't remember, but they do recommend plant fibers. So I am knitting this in Knit Picks Cotton DK weight, and I'm knitting these on a size 3 needle. I could have gone up to a 4. I don't have a 4, which is why I did not go up to a 4. So it meant that I had to do more rounds of the waffle than I probably should have. But that's fine. Whatever. It is what it is. It's the needles I had. It's the needles I used. And that's what he recommended in the pattern, was a size 3. But I'm a really tight knitter, so I usually have to go up a size. So, but I'm using this cotton, which I think also impacts it because it's not as poofy as a wool would be. I mean, a wool DK should act the same as a cotton linen DK, but it doesn't. And we know that it doesn't. So I think because of that, I had to do more repeats than the pattern said. But on Saturday when I went up to my parents' house, I was maybe only halfway done, and then I finished the rest of it in one day. Once I had dedicated time to knit, it went by really fast and I was just going. And I think it's just a warm-up period when you're starting to do it. So this has been really a good pattern. And so it's reversible. So let's see if I can do this. We'll see if I can make this work. So you have the waffle side that ends up having like a little rim brim or a little like accent colored brim, so that's super cool. And then kind of like the muscle burrow, you'll be able to wrap it up and like kind of fold it inside of itself and have a brim, and then you'll be able to do the exact same thing on the stockinette side. So have like a little accent color with stockinette hat. So I think it's really versatile, and I think it is a great project for somebody's first attempts at picking up stitches. My first attempts at picking up stitches was a washcloth, which that wasn't fun. And then on socks, which also wasn't super fun. I felt like this hat was way more intuitive to pick up stitches on. Maybe that's because I've already picked up stitches. I don't know. That could totally be the case. But I do feel like picking up from this cast on edge versus like the first time with the washcloth, I picked up from an I-cord, and then picking up from a heel, you're picking up from those slip stitches and like a slip stitch heel. So like those are both maybe not as intuitive versus this picking up from a cast on edge. Like I didn't do oh gosh, what's it called? The kind of cast on where you like cast onto like a waist yarn or something like that. That cast on, I didn't do that. I just did my normal German twist cast on, which is what I do instead of a long tail cast on for basically everything. Because I feel like everything needs more stretch. Not everything does. It's going to bite me in the butt one day. It's not biting me in the butt yet. Because I think because I'm a tight knitter, it hasn't bit me in the butt yet. And I haven't knit anything that I've really had to gauge swatch for. So, I'm going to keep on living that sweet, sweet good life of not worrying about the fact that I'm always doing the stretchy cast on. So, but that was like, it was super easy to pick up the stitches. The inside looks pretty sweet, pretty nice. I'm not going to give too much detail about the pattern and like how to do the waffle pattern or anything. It is a paid pattern. The book itself was like pretty cheap. I would recommend getting the book. I want to knit the balaclava next, maybe, or the sweater. I don't know. I'll do one of the two. It is in DK, so it's going pretty fast. I would like to try it in worsted, just because if I can do anything in worsted, I like doing it in worsted. This blue section for like probably like 10, 11-ish inches. I think this ends up being like 11 inches of hat. Used 1 and like a quarter of 50, so 50 plus maybe like another 10 grams to 60 grams of yarn, and so I'm gonna guess that the stockinette side's gonna use about the same, about 60 grams. It might not, since it doesn't have any pearls. And the pearls do use a little extra yarn, so it might be a little bit less. But yeah, I mean, I haven't seen a bunch of people talking about this pattern, and I think it's a really great pattern. I am already thinking about what hat I want to make next in this, because it really is pretty fun to make, and the waffle part is nice because it is a little bit more, it's like just above vanilla. Like when people talk about socks being just above vanilla, that's what my Onda socks are. This is nice because it's both. It's both. So you have that like, ooh, you're excited. You're starting a new project. I want a new pattern. Ooh, I get to do like a pattern repeat. It's so nice. And then you get to the end, you're like, I want this hat done. And then you have stockinette. So you can just be done. You can just knit, knit, knit. So I think if this is the main project I focus on, I for sure can have it done by the weekend, which is, I wanted to have it done so that I could send it before her first chemo treatment. That's not gonna happen. They're saying that she's probably gonna lose all of her hair by Christmas. So I think she might buzz cut in between then and now. I don't know. My mom's told me. I don't remember. It's 9 something at night and I need to go to bed because I have work in the morning. But it's a really fun pattern. 10 out of 10 would recommend. If you're a tight knitter, size up a needle if you have it. But I mean, I just had to knit more. And it's one size. He doesn't offer other sizes. I think since my aunt will have a shaved head, it's not gonna matter. I think one size will be fine. I think this will stretch, and like I do wonder what this will look like and be like once I wash it, because it's supposed to get softer as it gets washed. So it might be a baggy hat. It might be very slouchy, but maybe that will feel good. I hope it feels good. I hope this works out, because that might have been one of the things I need to gauge swatch on. But oh well, I did it. I think I'm gonna make her some other little hats in January and February. But this was my big one. Like, this is the one that's gonna take the longest, since it's basically like knitting 2 hats at once. But yeah, so that's the video for today. The woolly waffle hat beanie thing. It's super fun, reversible, easy project. The whole book seems really fun. And his pattern is really clearly written, which I appreciate. Especially now that I'm like reading through other people's patterns, and it's like, oh, you can definitely tell when quality is good and not as good. But he's a very well-known designer. His patterns better be freaking good. But yeah, I really like this. I've not been super intrigued with other Stephen West stuff just due to the abstract pattern nature of it. For me, when it comes to knitwear, I like a simple pattern with bold contrast colors more than anything. Like, I love the style of petite knit, but I'm gonna knit that sweater in a hot pink or a beautiful purple versus like a brown. So that's kind of how I see things, and I love playing with texture. Like, texture is something that's really cool for me. Color work, it's interesting just because I want to know it, but it's not as intriguing. Like, different patterns, like changing patterns isn't as interesting to me, and changing colors, like multiple colors, isn't as interesting to me. Although I love a good stripe, so at some point I'll knit a striped sweater. Cause there's classics for a reason. There's classics for a reason. But anyways, I'm rambling now. I need to drink more tea. I need to go to bed. But I will link the pattern below and the ebook below. And I will see you all in the next video. Like and subscribe if you're interested. I'm gonna keep on posting. I am supposed to be getting yarn shipment tomorrow. I'm supposed to be getting 2 skeins, a sport weight, mystery super glow fibers yarn. They were supposed to arrive today. That was going to be today's video, but didn't arrive. So it's probably going to be tomorrow's video. And I get to go to a new knitting group tomorrow. So I'll give you all the deets on that. But I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. Adios. Bye, y'all. Like, subscribe if you want. If you don't, no big deal. See you later.